This is your DJ Carl for the Grandmaster Flash. This is Freeze here at Chili Peppers. Hi, this is our captain. Let's sit down. What's up? This is Hello Cool J. Nah, man.
Electric TV radio. Redefining broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Electric TV and radio. You are listening to Electric TV radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Thursday edition of the Sports Buffet on the Legota TV radio. My name is Adafe Matthew. So you love to come in the Legota One of Sports. Good time to be alive, good time to do the right things, good time to talk about sports. It's an international window, international break, but it doesn't mean that sports are not going on all over the world. International breaks means national teams have the opportunity and the time to get involved in different friendly encounters, games that would keep some of the teams that are going to the World Cup in shape, and also those that are left behind, like Nigeria, to also have opportunity to try new tactics, new players, and prepare for the next African Cup of Nations qualifiers that's coming up next year, since the one that's supposed to go on this period was postponed due to some changes in dates and fixtures. Okay, there is a whole lot of other things going on in other sports as well. I'm going to touch base with you on that one. Giorgio Chiellini came out to say that the English fans and Manchester United fans, most especially, are being too hard on Harry Slabhead Maguire. And I need your take on that. You think that the fans are being too hard on Maguire, or Maguire is just not it? Okay, that's one part of the conversation. There is the talk of Floyd Mayweather, McGregor coming back. So there is the dichotomy in the conversation. Should it be an exhibition match or it should be an official match? So it's an official match. It means that it will count as the 51 game for what's it called? Mayweather. Okay, I'm wearing the Mayweather shirt right here. And it means if Mayweather lose, if, not when, if it loses, that will not go into record as an official loss. So where do you stand if you have to decide on this? Should it be an exhibition fight or it should be an official fight? McGregor is a mixed martial arts fighter. Is not really an official boxer. Why would that go? You know, that's my question on that. That's my worry on that. And then from the Super Eagles camp, players are there. The captain of the Super Eagles is saying he's looking for team cohesion and all that for the game against Algeria. You know, it's 2 games. We're going to play one tomorrow against the Chan team, and then we're going to play the senior team on Tuesday. My question to you guys is, how do you want Jose Peseiro to approach this game? Look for victory or go for team cohesion? Should Jose Peseiro go there and be looking for victory? Let's beat these Algerians. Or just team cohesion. It doesn't matter whether we're beaten or not. Just the way the Falcons have been playing their friendly games, looking for team cohesion rather than just going for victory. Where do you stand on this divide? Team cohesion or go for victory? Go and win this game. That's what I need you to take on. And then as we go, we would have other things to say, like the Hurricane conversation, right? English media is awash with a whole lot of negative reports about what goes on in Qatar, the whole building process, the slave labor, people sleeping on the street while walking, people fainting while walking. But an Englishman by the name of David Beckham made 150 million for being an ambassador of the Qatar World Cup. I'm trying to relate that, and the English people don't see anything wrong with it, but they see something wrong with the labor, the cheap labor that they use. As England take a deeply underwhelming stance on World Cup host, human rights abuses, and despairing, Martin Samuel asks, is the plan to unban Qatar's bullies and bigot into submission? Because they have this one love banner, one love handband for captains that the English national team wants to wear. What is the use? If you're on one hand taking money, most of the stadiums were also built by English contractors. I'm wondering if you are on one hand collecting money and on the other hand you are attacking them. I don't understand. Okay, somebody says I don't know what his problem is with me. Jack really says Graham Souness is always criticizing him after they had spoken pundits slammed the Man City star, claiming the £100 million man was not a quick learner. And I agree with Graham Souness anyway, but sometimes some people just don't agree. Well, that's a different part of the conversation. So let's go to the headlines of the stories that we have and the stories while you guys are brooding over the talking points that we have. I need your say so on the talking points that we have, whether on Instagram, whether on the YouTube channel, or probably if you're on Twitter, tweet at us and let's get your say on that. Don't forget there are different mediums to follow this show. You can follow on my personal Instagram account on at Legbete1, and then you can also be on the official YouTube channel live stream at Legbete TV Sports. Please do well to subscribe to the channel and join the conversation. Engage us in the conversation. But you can also listen on our website www.elegbete.tv.com, where you have some of the most beautiful articles that are written by people like Somto, Peter Iwanode, Precious Omosuwe, Timothy Denbo, and a host of others that will join as we go. Beyond that, you also have the opportunity to download the mobile application. I think, in my opinion, the best radio app right now on the planet. Okay, on your Android. Sorry for iOS, we're still working on getting it integrated. I don't know whether we're too advanced or something. I don't know, but we're working on getting it integrated. I hope it happens very soon. But let's look at the headlines that we have for today. Ekong targets improved team cohesion and win over Algeria. Godwin Savior delighted with Eagles call-up. I am also the Nigerian freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or I should say Antetokounmpo. That is what he said. You know who Giannis is? Okay, he plays for Milwaukee Bucks. He's a superstar there. So if you follow the NBA or you're a basketball buff, you should know that. Okay, Mayweather aim at fighting McGregor next year, and that's one of the questions I ask you guys. Should that fight be tagged an official fight or an exhibition fight? I don't know what it will be, but I just want to know, because if it becomes an official fight, and probability if McGregor beats Mayweather, which I don't foresee anyway, but anything is possible. Okay, that could not count against him. He will no longer be 50-0. It will not become 51, or something like that. Yeah, that's why it will be 50 wins and 1 defeat. Is that what you want? They want? I don't know, but let's see how it goes. Right, let's take the stories as they come. Yeah, the Super Eagles of Night. Don't forget that it's put together by the amazing and wonderful Timothy Denbo. Okay, Super Eagles of Nigeria defender William Troost Ekong has said he hopes to see an improved team cohesion when they face Algeria in their friendly game and to also win. The vice captain, speaking on NFF TV, said, "We are very happy to see the boys back together and the staff. We have a game coming up against Algeria and the spirit has been high." Every time the Super Eagles, have you noticed that every time the Super Eagles show up, I say the spirit is high, we end up losing? Have you, if you've not noticed that whenever the Kamjis come out and say the spirit is high, something just happened and we lose. I just hope that this one is different anyway. Okay, the boys are together and the staff. We have a game coming up against Algeria, and the spirit is has been high. Training has been good, and we are just working hard to improve our team cohesion and be ready for the game. The strength of our team is that there is togetherness. We have experienced a lot in the last year. For the new guys, they are welcome and they will have to do the initiation and singing still themselves on the pitch and contribute. Okay, let's hope that happens and the team gets the win, the much needed win, the desired win, or whatever. For me, I want team cohesion. What I want to win from is qualifying games. But hey, it's not just my opinion. Everybody's opinion will count on this one. We want to try and win all the games and improve on all areas. We are playing against Algeria, one of the top teams in Africa. We have to show them respect. But at the same time, even though it's a friendly game, we will try and win the game and prepare ourselves for the qualifiers that will be coming up next year. Okay, it's a great opportunity for the new players to show themselves and for all of us to blend together and understand what the coach expects from us. I wish them the very, very best, okay? The Super Eagles will take on the Algeria B team in a test game tomorrow, Friday, in Constantine before facing the Riyad Mahrez-led side next Tuesday in Iran. So let's see how that goes. But I'm asking you guys, what would you be expecting from this game? Go for win. Jaga Jaga make me find anywhere but left face in front. Just win. So my boss. My boss is here. Egbo Kule Falodo. I greet you. Smart treated me like real team Brazil 2014. Gave me, I don't know how to explain it, but and then after Brazil, it's been on my case. It's been trying to see me good, do better, giving me advice, pointing me in the right direction. Thank you very much. Leaders like you are very rare to have. God bless you, sir. That's a wonderful man. We always talk about the bad Nigerians, but that's a good Nigerian, a very, very good, not just good, but a great Nigerian. Thank you very much for being a wonderful piece of the puzzle that God has put in my life. Okay, Casapia striker Godwin Savior is in Clan 9 after being invited to the Super Eagles squad for the first time in his career. The former Nigerian under 17, under 20, and under 23 forward has already hit 2 goals in 7 appearances for the Portuguese Premier League side this season. The 26-year-old wrote on his social media, he said, every kid that plays football on the street with his friends has 2 dreams: to play professional football and to have the opportunity to represent his national team. Have you noticed that our players currently do not know how to write on their social media? Their words are not like newsworthy. Let me use that word. They are newsworthy. Their social media handles are newsworthy. Look at Odio Egalo looking like Lewis Hamilton, looking like one of the Saudi princes. Every time you go to his social media handle, his status, you feel like, okay, yeah, this is it. This can match up with a Mayweather, a LeBron James on social media. Their numbers don't match up, but hey, it will catch up eventually. But that's showing good sign. I see one video Asisa Oshola put on social media. That was nice. I love it. She was really play acting. Okay. I think this generation, like I said some time ago, that this generation are going to be the turning point for Nigerian football in terms of branding, in terms of management, in terms of image rights, and performance may not measure up yet, but it's going to measure up eventually. Okay, what can express how I am feeling right now after having been called up to represent Nigeria in a match to be played against Algeria. I can't stop thinking about the support my family is giving me since day one. This one is also for them. I want to thank all the clubs that I have represented since the beginning of my career, but now in particular, I want to thank Casapia for all its support. That's so eloquently put. That's so nice. Like very, very nice. I love it. Okay. I just feel good. I get that good feeling when I see Nigerian players being like well articulated, well put together, putting their best foot forward. I just love it. Okay. I mean, this is my country, people. Okay. Yeah, you want to see your guys being the best at what they do, being superstars, like really, really go, being the stars past 90 minutes. Yeah, 90 minutes is where everybody look at, but you want to see them being the stars past 90 minutes. It's very, very important. Okay, I am also a Nigerian freak. That's what this guy. It's taking long for him to associate. But hey, association is association. But what about superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo, as they call him, but me I call him Antetokounmpo anyway, popularly known as the Greek Freak, has said he is also the Nigerian Freak. The 2021 NBA champions and two-time regular season MVP told ESPN Malika Andrews on NBA Today in an interview. Fresh from Eurobasket 2022, where he led the Greek national team to the quarterfinals and finished as a tournament top scorer with an average point of 29.3. Giannis sat with Malika and talked about different things mentioned in his short film, Ninja Odyssey, on Amazon Prime Video. If you've not seen that, you need to go see that. Download your Amazon. If you don't have, I know that Amazon is not paying me for this advert, but hey, you need to see this guy. So go see, download Amazon on your smartphone or your smart TV as it is today, and then just watch it and enjoy. Yet the other side when you see that the meaning of his name in Greek and Nigeria heritage and his nickname. I have shared it many times. It doesn't bother me, okay? Said in response to his nickname, the Greek Freak. But people don't call me the Nigerian Freak, only call me the Greek Freak. This is the time for people to understand that I am both a Nigerian and a Greek. I am not just a Greek, I am a Nigerian. At the beginning, when my dad was still alive and I was sharing with my mom, they felt some type of way, okay? Yes, as a parent, I will feel some type of way, my son being called the Greek Freak, but you cannot choose the name the fans will give you. No, you can't. You can't at all. Just do your thing and they call you whatever they want to call you. Try and understand that when the fans do it, they do it in adoration. They don't do it because they want to bring you down. So as a sports person or as a superstar, as a celebrity, that this just comes. I mean, fans go crazy. Just in the stadium, they could just pick up any name and give to you. But sometimes this also call you names because they want to tear you down. But then that's where you got to be strong and have a reserve that says, I'm not going to go down for this, okay? So it's a choice. Stardom comes with a blessing and a curse. You got to live both the two, okay? What I would say to people is, yes, I was born and raised in Greece. I understand the Greek culture. I speak the language and I know the history. At the end of the day, I know the same thing about Nigerian culture, okay? I am not just one thing. You cannot tell me what I am. I can tell you how I am feeling, who I am, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, this blah, 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 blah came from me watching Despicable Me with my kids. I just love that part. And then my daughter does it even way better. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I like it anyway. At the end of the day, I feel like I am both, and I have the opportunity to share my journey and my story. Actually, I am not going to lie. The first time I saw it, I kind of felt that way, but hey, I understand why, because I do the kind of things that a lot of people cannot do out there. I like the nickname. I like the Greek Freak, but I am also the Nigerian Freak. So don't call me Greek Freak. Add the Nigerian Freak to it. I am not just a Greek, but a Nigerian also. Man, when you need to emphasize your Nigerianness, we must be doing something right, I can't, God forbid, I don't want to be Nigerian, all those Japaisms, all those people that are struck with the Japa virus. Okay, I'm not saying don't Japa. Like I've said, the next World Cup after this Qatar is the Japa World Cup. Like there's going to be a lot of Japaism. Nigerian Football Supporters Club should be ready for new members because people will register and people will be willing to pay for family members to just join the supporters club. I'm saying this out there because that's what's going to happen. I know what happened in France 98. I know what happened in US in 94, even though I was young, but I know the story. I know people I went to school with who went to just became drummers. I went to join supporters club. Bright Olatuma, so anywhere you are in the world, shout out to you. France 98 was your jackpot time. But hey, let's move on and push up the conversation as I'm enjoying what the Greek Freak or the Greek Nigerian Freak is saying. Okay, that is what my parents did for me, and that is what I am trying to do for my kids. So good as long as I am able to share my story and make people realize where I am coming from, and I am glad WhatsApp gave me the platform to do that. Okay, WhatsApp. The WhatsApp that some people use in gossiping. Okay, I hear you get paid to do a whole lot of things on WhatsApp. You get paid. And I'm using WhatsApp for free. People use WhatsApp to call me and ask me questions. Hey, what do you think about this decision? What do you think about this match? Now, the Saturday pay me now. You said when you are in Greece, you are called Nigerian. When you are in Nigeria, you are called a Greek. What do you call yourself? I am both Greek and Nigerian, said Giannis. I am Greco-Nigeriano. In Greece, you are not Greek enough. You know, we have different colors. When I play with my African friends, they wonder if I was Nigerian enough. Do I speak the language? Do I speak Yoruba or Igbo? I don't know. Niger Odyssey is a short film made in collaboration with WhatsApp, narrated by Giannis Antetokounmpo, and subscribers on YouTube Prime Video cannot stream the new release. Okay, so if you're on Amazon Prime, if you're on Prime, you get it. I'm there, so I can see. So let's talk about the Mayweather story. Floyd Mayweather says he wants a fight. He wants to fight UFC star Conor McGregor in an exhibition back next year. Okay, so he's calling it an exhibition, but some people are arguing that it should be made official. Mayweather was 45 years old, 1 year older than me. Stopped McGregor in the 10th round of the final fight of his professional career in 2017, having competed in several exhibitions since retiring. Mayweather says he is in talks to fight McGregor again. We don't know if it is going to be an exhibition or a real fight. He told the Daily Mail, "I would prefer an exhibition." McGregor later posted a picture on Instagram from their previous fight with the caption, hashtag not interested. Mayweather suggested Allegiant Stadium, home of the NFL Las Vegas Raiders, as a potential venue for the rematch with McGregor. They already talked to me about my number that I am going to receive. Floyd told TMZ. TMZ is a very litigious organization, adding 9 figures. You know, we got to start at least 100 million for Floyd Mayweather. Jesus Christ. That time that we're fighting in the streets of Warri, we just converted it into boxing. This kind of money. As a media person, how long will it take for me to make that kind of money? How long will it take? Let's be very, very honest. Okay, but that's for one fight. Now let's come back to the conversation that we've had. Okay, Super Eagles play against Algeria. They're going to play the exhibition game tomorrow, and then they're going to play the real friendly next week Tuesday. Because I consider that one a training match, a behind closed door training match. It's not a big deal. But as we look forward to playing the Algeria game, whether the first one or the second, what should we look at? Because I'm just thinking, if the Algerian B team beats the Super Eagles, say 5-0, they should cancel the Tuesday game. That's no need, right? If their second team can beat us, say 5-0. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I like playing the devil's advocate. Hypothetically, they beat us 5-0. What do you still expect us to line up again with courage and say that these guys are small children beats, our upcoming beats, we want to play them? Algerians will be like, let's not play this game. There's no need. These guys they're not ready. They are not cooked yet. No, we don't eat raw meat. We wait for very cooked one that is well spiced and well sauced. You know, that kind of feeling. Me, if I'm a football player, that's the kind of attitude I will have anyway. That's me. Okay, but what do you think? What should we go for? Team cohesion, even if they beat us, but we should play well. You know that thing that Wenger used to say, we lost, but we played well, we dominated possession, we were on the ball, we pressed very high, we passed the ball better. Just some things that happened that make us lose the game. And then it will give you some excuses that are worse than the one that your club is giving right now. There was a bird that was flying past that distracted my player. There was a truck that was driving outside of the stadium and the stadium began to vibrate. That's why we consider those goals that we considered. But on the strength of play, we're a better team. You know, and it says it without his cocky French accent. And you'll be like, did I just hear this? But hey, that's Wenger, the Wenger way. Like your club now that will give you, they lost to Fulham or so they draw. What was the result? And they said that the ground was too dry, the stadium was too dry. Damn. Another time we'll tell you the way the referee was looking was the thing that makes his players start feeling like this referee is against us, and that's your club will just give you some excuse, yeah. But what do you think? Should we play for win or play for team cohesion? I don't even know what team cohesion is anyway. Let's get past that one. The Mayweather fight, should it be official or should it be exhibition fight? Hurricane. I will keep talking about Hurricane. As a fan of Hurricane, would you see him as a failure if he ends his career without winning anything as a team player. Don't forget, he's won the highest goal scorer in England like 3 times or so. He's won the World Cup highest goal scorer in 2018. He's won the best player in the league. He's taken the team to UEFA Champions League. He's got a silver medal. You know, he's got Carabao Cup or what's it called, silver medal as well. Would his career be described as a success at the end of the day if he doesn't win any major team trophy, or it would just be seen as has been one of those guys who nearly get there but never got there? What do you think? So let's go to the conversation now, see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna start from Instagram, from top to okay. Let me go to the top. Let's leave top to bottom because it reminds me of Buhari, your guy. It's not my guy, but it's your people's guy. People brought him to power. Saviki, aka Victor Malolo, says Pesero going for a winning is not a bad idea, but his focus should be on building a cohesive and reliable team for future tournaments. Yay! Victor Malolo wrote without any error today. Let's give him a clap offering. Glory be to God. Your phone is not misbehaving to this like you changed your phone. Okay. Matosintesi says Nigeria should aim for a win and team cohesion at the same time. Okay, why can't you get it too? Oh, Agbakole follow to say much love to you too. Great guy, wonderful person. Hey, some soldiers here. Oh, no, my phone. It's been a while. I was trying to talk to you on something. I keep forgetting. I thought I was going to call you. I will talk about something. Abu Venture 101. It says my favorite sports OAP at all time, right from Brilla, Lagos, a man with a strong personality. Hi, greet you. How you doing? Familiar spirits, guys, know me for a while. Okay, how you doing? I'm sure you're not in Lagos anymore. Extrovert Mendel, that name that I like. What's team cohesion against Algeria TB? There's nothing stopping the Super Eagles from beating them and achieving cohesion. Jesus, guys, yeah, you're rude. You're rude. Let me say it like Alison will say it. You're rude. You're a fish. According to Alison, my girl. Let me read it again. That's what happened there. Say, what's team cohesion against Algeria Team B? There is nothing stopping the Super Eagles from beating them and achieving cohesion. So let me tell you one story about my mom. My mom believes that if she's paying for something, you should, as a child, you should achieve the best out of it. If not, see this scar on my face. My mother gave me this scar on my face because I came 5th class in primary school as a primary 5, right? But let me tell you something about my mom. You know this thing that people will come to church. It's strange that this really happened. So in church, we went to Assemblies of God church growing up. And you know, people always come out. People always come out to come and give some very awkward testimonies. Assemblies of God, you hear that we went to Rolingbe market and we're coming back as well and go to buy Gary and Bush market. And then the car and I have accident and it has somersault 45 and you hear something like, praise the Lord, devil strong, oh. How devil they try, yo? Like people wondering, wait, are we in church or center? You know, and then there's all this thing like, hey, we just they come, the driver they drive, the other one they come, then we just shout, boy, and they want to cost us 24 times. Who was counting, please? And then thank God, oh, nothing to us. Okay. So there are sometimes when people say things like, this my pikin, he done there for Lagos for 20 years. Thank God, say he come back with his head and everything, oh, he did safe, nothing happened. And then my mom, Mrs. Christiana Yorokiri, just stand up one day and said, the people where go that Lagos, marry, born pikin, come back with money and car. Now it's the same God their parents they pray to. And the church was pinned, like dead silent. That's my mom. That's my mom. She died 12 years ago. But like I still remember this. It's like, damn, who says this to my mom? Is the one human being I know that stood up in church and said, Pastor, you dey lie. I don't know, but I'm just thinking like in this era now of mega churches, let's say my mom is going to House on the Rock and Pastor is just saying, I just don't know, Pastor, I lie you they talk. Jesus Christ. That's not a very good film on my mom anyway. But let's go back to the story. That's how this extrovert and the message sounded like, okay, so team cohesion, so go and lose it to a team B. What's that? What kind of team cohesion? The people where they pass exam, not the same money way the mama pay, not be they pay. I mean, another school you go. Well. Let's come back now. The first message on YouTube. Oduni Rebelekon, aka Emperor of the Chinese Empire. I said, good morning, boss. With the back in the team, even though Osimhen would be missing, I still think we are good enough we're good to go with the available guys. I wish Simon should just start from the bench. I'm expecting a win. For my Dijala, it says, good morning, boss. Non-official fight. They are both retired. I can name my kid. I got it best. I can give me warrior attitude. I remember I go sit down official where all those old people just want share money among themselves like PDP. Okay, I think it should be an exhibition match. McGregor isn't a proper boxer like Mayweather. Thank you very much. Eze Patrick is a good morning, everyone. You know, say since Liverpool they do well, Eze Patrick message then the long, then the many again. He don't humble, like he humble, very humble. Last season was so sure that they were going to win the league, they were going to win quadruple, and I kept saying from the beginning they will end up winning 2 small titles. So the major ones they will not win. People not here. Eze Patrick was making math everywhere. Chinese. Okay, actually, I don't know. Nothing happened. Now, una good money. You know that person with a beat. If they bully everybody for you, they come beat him and put him for ground, post aside for your face. But una good money. You just go. That's how Eze Patrick is right now. I think I love say, McGregor just get mad. He has passed his glory days. Akimbade Larry says, a very good morning to you, Edafe and Elegote TV followers. Thank you very much, Akimbola. And it says, Lord Mayor says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Doing Remilekos exhibition, Jare. I want to see Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao rematch. Are you sure that's ever going to happen? I don't think that's ever going to happen. Because somehow Manny Pacquiao does look like he's got a mental block when it comes to Mayweather. And then Mayweather is not even making it easy. You see, every time Mayweather talks about McGregor, he talks about him like, you know, that small boy. Say, if I fight you 100 times, I'll beat you 100 times. There are levels to these things. I'm better than you. There's no way. You know, so those kind of things can really get to you, okay? On Instagram, Vicky says, Ken is in the class of Alashara. No, Alashara won the league. They're not in the same class. No. Please don't put them in the same class. Alashara is a league winner. He's a Premier League winner, 1995 Premier League winner with Blackburn Rovers. He's a record transfer in English football. Please, nigga, please. Respect yourself. No. Alexandra have a Premier League winners medal. That's very, very important. Don't come. I know when somebody is being insulting. Don't insult the great, the legendary, iconic Alan Shearer, please. However, what stood out for Shearer is the EPL trophy he won. Kane without a trophy is a failure. So don't put them on the same place. Please, don't do that. Okay? One Olympic gold medal is worth more than 2 million silver medal in Olympics. Do you understand? So don't go and put somebody who win the Premier League alongside somebody who's never been able to win. Even when they gave them to win it in 2016, Leicester City came from back to overtake the overtaker. Okay, let's come back to Lord Mayor. Lord Mayor says, my prayer is that Osimhen shouldn't be the Macaroons of Africa, where they always miss in country tournament outing. Well, there's nothing we can do about that one. Where have you been? It's been a while. Additional I want to see better team chemistry, tactical display. Every other team will follow. Wish the team had 2 countries to play in this window instead of A and B, but it is all great to have these games. The Olarawa just says, good morning, Nalagote. North African teams are usually a banana peel for Nigeria. I hope we do well to beat them, though. Okay. Aditya Foma says, they are get more aware of the modern day football. Igalo has really done a lot in setting the pace for others. His page is so interesting. I did tell you, but he's doing well, and I keep telling him to keep doing that. Extrovert Mendes says, Kane is actually running out of time. You can't score that amount of goals with an empty trophy cabinet to show for it. That's true. I agree with you on that one. And what's it called? Timothy Daimo said, please, Uncle Jose should win tomorrow's. Oh, no. Nigerian journalist, hi. He never really experienced them since he entered. Make he win that game tomorrow at least. I can tell you that for free. If you don't win that game, oh Lord. Joseph Pesero, you go see things where you go hear things where you never hear. You go read that your son will be match analyst. You go come become social media analyst. Don't worry yourself. You'll feel the wrath of Nigeria, but I pray that doesn't happen. And may I say, boss, we know the year from Ife Ajagba. Okay, so Ife Ajagba's contract with his former management team has ended, and No, it's not if Ajagba. That's if I coach it. If Ajagba just fought a fight and won, so he's still in it. He's joined another management as well. He's joined another management, got married to a white woman. So, and naturally, if Ajagba is a very introverted human being, he doesn't really get in out there. I think he's more of a hustler than a boxer. So if Ajagba is more of, let me just use the time that I have to fight the fight and make the small money that I can make and go, because the former contract he had himself and if Ifeakpoche were just peanuts, slave tied up. So right now he's trying to make as much money to have. Yeah, America is good, but if you don't get money, America not good. If you don't get money, America not good like that for person who don't get money. And then when you do all these sports and then you don't have money, you're not finished, your whole time in the sports is finished, you go drive Uber. You drive Uber or you go work for factory or you go, America is not I don't buy a house, so I might just sit down. You go pay light bill, you pay water bill, you pay for heater, you pay a whole lot of things. So the man is gathering. He's gathering his Obaku Osusu small. With time, we'll see what happens. But for now, it's not really on the top of it. Timothy, I must say, jokes aside, though, tomorrow's game, I'd want a mix of the players used to the camp and some of the new guys. I expect us to win tomorrow's game and win on Tuesday. Also, Lord Mayor Nigerian Team B should play Algeria Team B too. Okay, the one that could not qualify over Ghana. Lord Mayor, I say, boss, your mama rugged wella, pastor go shop. See, if I say ago, my mother get, they give people plaque like all these YouTube plaque. My mother get like 10. I want to beat human being, full Cameroon woman naked because the woman, like others say, make people come like do preaching. When I was preaching, I said, people too dirty. Then my mom devil hunts that. She forgot that she did side church. She grabbed him and beat the like completely tell woman naked. Like, who does that? But that's my mom. My mom makes me laugh. Like when I think about my mom. Jesus. My mom is on a different level. But then again, that's everything about my mom that I love. That's the most like the things I love about my mom the most is like my mom doesn't give a damn about you or any nonsense that you give. My mom can beat a child, like give you a scar, but if somebody else touches a child, is a different thing. The beast and I will show up. Let me give you one very, very clear instance. My younger sister Ochiko was playing around one man's bench like this. And I told the richest man in my church back in the day, Dickie Dudu. And the only person I know growing up who bought brand new cars, two brand new cars, like not Belgian car, brand new. The only person I knew who growing up. And then my sister was just playing, children now. And then this man just came and smacked my sister, and that girl can crash. She can even cry if your child will touch her. But my mom saw the man from church, from the window, like that. Because my mom is acting when they say the eyes of the Lord roamed over the earth. She'd always use her eye to track her children like GPS. And she left church. Service was going. My mom left the choir. She was in the choir. She left the choir, came out, the speeder, grown man that is as big as my stepdad. My mom is not really that tall. You can see on my WhatsApp status. And that this man, the man fought for water. Like, it was crazy thing like that. She's nice, but at the same time, violence is not far from her. Like she won't start it, but if you start it, she's not gonna run from it. Like, let's get it done. And I think that's who I am too. Like, I'm a true son of my mom. Like true DNA. No need to do DNA test. That one is me. I'm not gonna start a fight, but hey, don't bring it to don't bring it. We die here. Okay, let's move on with the gist. And me I say, boss, your mama rugged wella, pastor go show. Osaze say, bros, good money. Now son of Abba Bini, you don't change. He say, I changed my name, please. I don't fit them go show that Super Eagles match tomorrow. I think I'll confirm later. If they would, I should be able to tell you guys tomorrow morning if the NFF same media team are going to stream it live. But I mean, it's easy. You can check online as we go. Probably chat me up on what's it called, on Instagram at Telegot1. Chat me up on DM. If they are showing it, I'll share the link with you. That I can guarantee you. So thank you very much for joining in. DJ Lavoma says, why don't we play our team B2? Okay, we for find condo or something. Anyway, now person will get money, get choice. First of all, we can't afford it. That's one. to the B team have been disbanded because we didn't qualify. So to call them into camp, feed them, pay for hotels, that's unnecessary spending that the FA cannot afford right now. So we don't have that kind of funding, we don't have that kind of money. And for Algeria, they are preparing for chance. So there's something that their B team is preparing for. What's our B team preparing for? There is really nothing. So it's going to be hard for us to do that. Dijala Ufomase want to say Ken will only have his regret if he does not make the move next season. At least just win one medal. Okay, he better go and start toasting Bayern to buy or just get one trophy. Victor Malalu will say Instagram is messing up. I don't port to YouTube. Instagram is really misbehaving. Like you will get 1 million people follow you, but your numbers will still be the same. I don't know why that is happening, but it's a business anyway. So let's go back to Instagram. The great joined in and straight away he said, "Good money, boss. Make the money, man. Come fight me now. You go beat you there. You want inheritance? I your fine wife. Okay, you just get the money. Go marry another person. Since Algeria want to play us with a team B, let's also play them with our bench players tomorrow. Then if they can't beat us, what you go tell Pesero? Pesero never reach the position where we fit afford to do that kind of shakara, because if we go do and if we go backfire, then we get problem. So let's look at some of the stories that are making the headlines across the different spots while you can throw in your questions as we are. Okay, so I have this message from WhatsApp. Hello, Edafe. Good morning. My name is Jane. Jane, what's up? Are you doing? It's my personal WhatsApp. Okay, I remember calling the number the other day. What are your fears and challenges as a YouTube content creator? And what are the comparative advantages that you have? I'm coming. And have you ever thought of packing up and quitting? Because as I have heard from quite a lot of YouTubers, YouTube is very, very hard. Very, very hard to walk in and to grow. How is it that you find the strength to be excited while doing it, even when things are not going your way? Can you please share on all of this? Whoa. Okay, so yeah, like 2 years ago, I thought of packing up and like selling all this equipment. Like I don't want to do it again. When you have the pressure coming from home and you see the returns are not coming from the project and all that, you get that feeling, right? And motivation, I really don't need motivation to do what I do. I just need to, I'm doing it for me. So that's me. I'm my own motivation. I'm doing what I'm doing for me. I like to talk. I like to be out there. I like to talk sports. I love sports. Okay. So even if I was a doctor, I would be a doctor that still love to go talk sports. If I was a lawyer, I'll be a lawyer that still love to go talk sports. If I was a musician, I'll be a musician that will be singing, doing great song, but at the same time do a hit that most likely my ambition as a musician will not be to win a Grammy or to win anything, would be to sing at a World Cup. Like the video, I would choose singing a World Cup song over a Grammy award. Because to me, football is my life. And it's not just from the media perspective, but it's something that I've been in like since forever. Sometimes I wonder how I managed to pass it. I think it's the fear of my mom that enabled me to be brilliant in school, because football was my thing. And most of the people that I know that played football from when I was growing up, a good example is Wilson Doroma. They don't know anything. They don't know book. Most of them. So how I managed to combine education with football is still crazy for me. So I'm my own motivation. What drove me to YouTube? I need to understand. I need most people who watch me to understand. What drove me to YouTube was at one time on radio, I realized that when ITV closed down, and I saw 2 weeks before ITV closed down, Bada Akintunde Johnson, who happens to be a producer and also an analyst, did a show reel for Biola Kazim. I can never forget that. He did a show reel for Biola Kazim. And when I watched it, it was a clip, it was on CD. It was a clip of all Biola Kazim appearances. It was like a 2 hours clip. It was beautiful. I don't know if you still have it, but it should, because Biola is one crazy, meticulous guy, one guy who sees the future. So I just said, well, this is nice. I would also love to have mine. And they said, okay, they will do mine. And 2 weeks later, ITV was closed, was sealed off and everything. So they couldn't get access to all those clips again. And I don't have any evidence. that I worked in ITV or I did all this grandiose analysis and all that. And then, when it comes to predicting the season and predicting the way aggressive prediction, I think I'm the only person in media that have done that in the world. But then the consistency with which I did it from 2007 to 2017, I don't think anybody's ever done that. Okay, highest is okay. What's your prediction for this weekend? But to be very, very, crazy in doing those things that I did, and then they all happen like keep happening in 10 years. Manchester United is not going to win the league. Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, 5 years as the manager of Liverpool, they will win the league. The club that not won it for 30 years, they'll win the league, they'll win Champions League, win every time. Like, it's crazy. Barcelona is going to beat Paris Saint-Germain 6-1 after losing the first leg, 4 goals to nothing. Those are crazy predictions, but there's no evidence. People, if I tell people that I made those predictions, unless those who listen, a lot of people will not remember again. In 2016, when I predicted on the 2nd of July that Nigeria was going to qualify for the 2018 World Cup with 2 games, one or 2 games to spare, people said that's crazy. But I mean, it happened. Now those things I just realized that when I'm like 60 years and I'm saying I did all this thing, people say, where is the evidence? That's what brought me into YouTube. So it wasn't necessarily at the beginning the numbers, right, that drove me into YouTube. I was content with using my phone to record myself and uploading it. And then when I got fired from Brilla, it became, okay, this might change. And I got into a dogfight. Like, you know what? I'm going to prove this man that he's an idiot. That's what I said in my house. Like, I'm going to prove to this one, that you miss the greatest guy ever to talk sports. That's one. 2, now I'm going to make a living out of it. Because it wasn't just for me to make a living out of it in the first place. It was just for me to keep it as a time capsule where my children can say, oh, our daddy did this, our daddy did that, our daddy did that. Okay, I said to my grandchildren, all of that. But once that changed, and I realized, okay, the conversation is different, I'm going to go on this route. And that's where it came in. So from the beginning, I wasn't really bothered about the numbers. I remember doing videos where I had only 4 views over a couple of months. I wasn't bothered because it wasn't a big deal. It was then gradually I started realizing that, there's something called monetization on YouTube. People can make money. You can, really make a career out of it. It wasn't designed to be a career. Then I moved on to, okay, let's have a studio. For the radio, I just felt like this radio started up as a battle of vengeance. Like, I wanted to prove that you can take your microphone and I can go and have my own. So that's what it was. And the idea was just to have a podcast and do the show called The Sports Line. That was just it. But then I got accesses that I don't even know what I deserve. So on one front, to have a live show where you have like 20 people watching me live on YouTube, it's crazy. Like, it's exciting to me. So when people say, you're not growing, that's their opinion, because they are not coming from where I'm coming. They are trying to compare me with Fabrizio Romano, trying to compare me with Arsenal Fan TV or AFTV. Yes, it's a good comparison. I don't think that is negative. But I'm looking at where I'm starting from. And it's not about having low ambition, but it's about changing your ambition, right? So I don't feel that. So my motivation is me. Like, I want to put, record all the things that I say, I do, I put it in the sands of time. When the season started, for instance, I said, Man City can go on the quadruple. So imagine the season end and they win the quadruple. I cannot retrace. I cannot go back and say, see when I said it. Unlike when you say it out there on radios that, Nigerian radio don't record these things. They just, they lie to you that they're recording it. They're not recording it. There's no evidence. That I can go back and play it and tell you when I said it and look at what happened. Okay, all of those things are the reason why I do. So that's my motivation. Other than that, would I love to have 100 million subscribers? Yes. Would I love to do a live video or put up a video and have 100 million views? Yes, that's good money. But if it doesn't come, I don't go home and feel sick. I lock myself up and start crying like some people do. Even on Instagram, I see people post something on Instagram and people don't like it and they start doing video and complaining. I'm not that guy. I'm not that. My emotions don't work like that. Because one, I'm not entitled. I don't think anybody owe me anything. I don't think I am the guy that if you don't watch me, the world will end. No. But I understand you, Jane, but I'm just built differently. I'm just built in this way where my focus should be me, what I've got to do, what I've got to offer. Eventually, people like it. And I think one of the things that also helped me is the 13 years I spent on radio. I was the bad boy of radio. The reason why a lot of people like me now is because Murphy, Jemba, Sean, Sexy Joe, Shidozo, the number of people that left Brilla after I left made me valid. Okay, let's imagine that all of these guys didn't leave. I would have been seen as no, this is your bad character, I made a fire. That's how, because the first 1 month, that's what everybody was saying. But when those guys start leaving, and then dawn on people that okay, there must be something in that empire that is not right. That's making all these star players leave the way they are living. And then when Murphy did that rant on social media, while it might not be good in the context of some people, but it helped people like me. Because when I left, I didn't even say to anybody anymore that I just know that I have something to go and do, and let me focus on my own. You would only be remembered when you're successful. And people forget your rant overnight. But when you're successful, because I see that guy that was fired that time, like the Steve Jobs story. Okay, he built Apple and he was fired, but eventually they begged him to come back when he did the iTunes, and they realized that he's got the brains that can run this company to the very highest level. That's the point. So sometimes, the motivations are different. I know that fans' expectations are different. I've seen people tell me you need to be covering every stadium of Nigerian league. Ask them for money. They don't know the cost implication. Oh, you need to be flying with the Super Eagles everywhere. Where's the money? They don't know the cost implication. And then you do some things and people don't know how much you have to sacrifice to make it happen. But I'm fine. I'm good. The numbers will rise eventually. We would improve on certain things and change certain things, and I think we'll rise. So let me go back. Jane, I hope I've answered your question very well. Thank you very much for the question. I don't take people's question for granted. I have to answer it. I mean, if it means like really opening up myself to you. Victor Malalu say, I've never heard you talk about your dad because my dad died when I was 15 months old. What should I say? I mean, 15 months old baby doesn't know anything about his dad. My dad was a very popular man. He has a British OBE, worked with Arsenal for 15 years. That's why I have the Arsenal FA Cup medal, the 1971 FA Cup medal. And my father was an engineer, was a PhD holder, an academician, and my father had 57 children, and I'm number 54. There's nothing much to say because on the personal front, I don't know the man. I only know him from pictures and stories and the fact that he was a traveler. Like he's been around the world. That's why my father had children in America, in Australia, in England, in Nigeria, in Egypt, in South Africa. It was everywhere. Everywhere the ship of the Queen of England sailed to, my father had a child. I have a Jamaican brother. His name is Cruz. So it's crazy. I don't have much to talk about my dad because I didn't grow up with my dad, and then I grew up with a stepdad who was handsome, fine man, still alive, but was very, very mean to me. Was very, very mean to me. But hey, it's life. Those are the things that formed who I am. So it's not like I don't like my dad, but he died when I was 15 months. Me and my twin brother were 15 months old. My twin brother died when we were 4, and that's how they brought me back from England to Nigeria. It's not much to say. He said, I've never heard you talk about your dad. Does it mean it's only your mom that disciplined you while growing up? It's only my mom. Yeah, my mom raised me. My mom was married, but I was raised like somebody who was raised in a single mother, it was different. It was different. My childhood was different from a lot of people. If you grew up in Warri, in the neighborhood where I grew up, you understand, but it was different. Lord Mayor say, almost sports is life. Oh, football is the greatest joy you can have for me. Yeah, not the greatest joy. You watching your wife giving birth and you being there carrying that baby, that joy, there's no football match that can give you that one. I can tell you the truth. I've experienced football on all sides. I've been a World Cup commentator. I've watched World Cup. I sit in the stadium. I watch a World Cup match. I've watched Champions League games. I've watched Cup Winners' Cup finals. Arsenal versus Parma. I've watched UEFA Cup games. I've watched different league games. I've played in league games. I've won, medals, state FA Cup, and all of that in 2 different states. I'll tell you what, I've helped a team gain promotion from 2nd division to top division in Sweden. I'll tell you what, watching a woman give birth to your child, the joy is incomparable. There's nothing. If you like playing the Champions League finals and win, I don't care, man. That joy of having your own child. I don't know about any other person. There's no, my kids coming back from school, giving me a hug, jumping on me. Are you kidding me? And watching children grow from babies not knowing how to talk and watching them talk, watching them speak English better than you, watching them do things better than you, watching them hack your phone in front of you. Ooh, those joy. Playing football. Football is sweet, so I'm not saying football is not sweet, but it's not the greatest joy in the world. And fathers in the house will agree with me on this one, unless you're a bad father. But hey, no. That is a PhD question. YouTube content creation is not easy. If you don't love what you are doing on YouTube, you go pack up. Yeah, I agree with you completely. I agree with you. It's easy to frustrate people because YouTube is not a go-to social media platform. It's not like Instagram, Facebook. It's first you have to be intelligent to create content. That's one. Two, you need equipment. You need people. For Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you can do it everything all by yourself. You can't do that with YouTube. Some people do. Some people are that crafty, but most times you need a team. And when you have a team, you have to pay them. And then when the numbers are not adding up, God. And then YouTube algorithm is terrible. It's very terrible. Like sometimes it's about views. Some other time they tell you, oh, if you have 1 million views, but people are not commenting in the comment section, it means nothing. You're not even making progress out of it. And it's a long journey. It's a long journey. But I'm happy. I think I'm making progress. That's what I think anyway. Adegbala Oluwaseun for me. Say good morning, bro. Did you say boo? Like boo? Tani boo. I'm not your boo. Have you seen the video of Mr. Candy condemning Mikel Arteta for playing the youngster on Sunday against Brentford? Your thought on it? First off, Candy is an idiot. It's a fool. It doesn't have sense. But this is social media era. People want to be important. People have seen the video. I've seen people talk about it. Even Danny Murphy said the same thing. These guys are idiots. You know what? First, Danny Murphy, for Candy, I don't even know him. So he's a bloody idiot. But for Murphy who started playing at a very young age, for him to come out and say that is sick. Arsenal have history of playing young players. So this is not something that just happened by accident. Arsenal have history, like a checkered history of playing young players. David O'Leary, Tony Adams, you can go on and on and on into the deep history of this club of playing young players and giving captain's band to young players. So when Fabregas was the youngest player to play for Arsenal and also the Premier League when he debuted against Wolves or so, or when he scored his first goal for Arsenal against Wolves in the Carling Cup, then the League Cup or in the league. People have something to say. So for me, it's just being childish. It's just being childish. Said he did it, it's an Arteta thing. Okay, so what if it's an Arteta thing? Did he do bad? Did he change cause Arsenal to lose? Was there a problem? Is there now an age where people can play? I don't understand. But I'm sure if it was a white player, if a funny type player, I don't think this conversation will go on. But let's just let it rest and not give people like that anything to think about. Let's just move on. Stanley GTK said, well said about Matthew. After that experience in Rio 2014, there was no way you were not going to go and do your own thing. More power. Hey, Bidemi, where is this guy coming from? Rio 2014. Bidemi, how are you? It's been a while, man. Guy, touch base with me now. Why are you doing like this? Come on, Integra just take you and turn you into deaf and dumb, like you don't relate to people anymore. What's that? I think 2014 and seeing Shino, Finjana, seeing the crew do what they do, especially the side to side, it was already planted in my head that this is what I want to do. I love this. I like this beast mood, this animal mood of going out there to the favelas with all the story we heard about favelas. What's the name of this guy? I saw him in Cameroon. This Trinidad Tobago guy that was the cameraman. That guy is a Jackie. Worked with the BBC. Okay, so once I saw that, I was like, okay, something I would love to do. But then the price of the equipment were so pricey that you would say to yourself, you're not going to do it. But then I jumped in and it's like, good to hear from you, man. Much love, man. You're one hell of a good guy. Nice one, man. Victor Malalu said, you did not mention the prediction that you sacrificed your dreadlock with. But I still won. See, I've done so many predictions that sometimes I don't even remember them. I remember when I said Germany was going to win the World Cup. And everybody who knew football so said to me that European teams don't win World Cup outside of Europe, apart from the fluke of Spain winning it in Africa. And then South American teams don't win it in Europe. European teams don't win it in the Americas. So it's not going to work. But hey, they won it. Man United is not going to win the Premier League for 10 years and beyond. In 2013, that prediction almost got me sacked. That would have been like my first sack. Because there were a lot of people were even willing to go to court. I don't know how people get fanatical about football anyway. I wish if somebody like Yes Morgan was in Nigeria, I could not go jail. But hey, that happened. Additional Alpha, he said it was so painful seeing all those stars leave. Some point that place was a slave camp. The team then was epic. We gave our all, but you see, when you give loyalty is a two-way street. Let me give you a very good example of that. When I worked in ITV, and it's a short time, ITV is the best place I've ever worked in my life. When I also went to the World Cup in 2014, the team that we work with, so it was just 5 weeks, it was a very short time. But you see that they respect you. See, the thing about workplace is not just necessarily about the money, but about the respect. Now, knowing that these people care, they don't want to work you as a jacket. I worked 5 years and 3 days, no off, no leave. I was working 8 days in a 7 days week. And then somebody told me that I wasn't loyal. Man, I was wondering what's the meaning of loyalty. And then it was disrespectful in the manner in which people say things. You know, they don't think like this thing I'm saying, I'm talking to a human being, somebody who's a married man who's got kids, who's been a professional footballer, who's been at the very, very top of his game, somebody who's owned a professional club in this country for 5 years. So if you think you own a business, I own a business. I paid over 50 people as my staff from my pocket. So you're talking to me, you should show some respect. But talking rubbish, and when we give the kind of effort that we give, 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., I've woken up. My brother came to visit me one day. I said, bro, which kind of work you work? You know, I'm not used to you being like this. So I said, no, I love this what I want to do. And, you know, considering how, man, the sacrifice was much, but to hear that kind of rubbish was like, man, are you serious? I just took a walk. Keep your job. You should show some respect to people. And once I left, then I realized that I was actually the one holding the fort, keeping many people there. And, you know, the sacrifice of people like Ide, a man gets married, have a house, but still sleep in the office for 5 days just to make sure things go well. And you say to that kind of person that is not loyal. What's loyalty, man? What's loyalty? That's a topic for another day. When I decide to write a book, I'll tell all those stories in full term. But for now, let's just leave it like that. Let's let the hustle go on. Back-to-back sports entertainment, 247. But for me, I felt something was not right, and I was not surprised when you first left. Victor Mallory said, wow, imagine that a PhD holder and an engineer, yeah. And digital, my father was an academician. So my father currently I have brothers and sisters that are professors in University of Cambridge, in Yale, in UCL, University College London, like that. Like, to them, Nale I have elder brother who's a lecturer in Edmonton University in Canada. I just had like, for my house, academics. If you know they speak at the academic language, you are nobody. You are just a bloody nobody. But I also have other brothers who are drunkard, who are crazy drunkard, like beat you, slap you, beat their wife, misbehave. I've got the best of both worlds. Like if you want mad people, I've got them. If you want academician top people, I have a brother who's in the US Marine, who's top administrative person. You know, that's just the whole thing. And people say that's the reason why I'm stubborn. Like I don't know if it is, but it's just best of both. I have mad people, I have normal people. Well, we'll come to the end of the show, but let me read the remaining messages that is there. Okay. I did not have myself. Wow, man, your father is a journeyman. Yes, he is. He's a Rolling Stone. And they say, well, what an experience. I did not have say, what an experience, sweets. Okay. Growing up, I think you wanted to say worry, I'm sure. Osaze, do you have contact with your brothers and sisters? Yeah, obviously I do. Not all of them, some of them, but most of them anyway. That's why my journey as a traveler was very early, pretty early in life, like travel every time, go on holiday in Holland. Living in the ghetto, I'm gonna, you know, my experience is funny. I live in the ghetto in Worry, and then I go to Holland and live like very comfortable life. I come back with some fine jacket, magazines, sports magazine. I've gone to Ayers Old Stadium, and then I come back and I'm back in Worry, pushing wheelbarrow, carrying dustbin, doing this one, going to the West State to go and carry people. This thing that they call lawman now. I've been doing this since way back when I was a teenager. Like going to the Boy State, me and Sergio, one man we call Sergio with his pickup. We load all the dustbin, we go and throw them away in Morocco. And near Nigeria dredging there. It was a beautiful experience growing up because I get paid for doing that. Okay, you go there till they always said. That's what we used to say. So people say, you want to do carry, so you go there till the settle because they were toys, you know, just small faults. Just speaker, just join wire together, put batteries working, and then you give somebody a charge, you dash somebody some shirts, some things like that. You feel like a superstar. And then, you know, it was the era where you write later abroad and then they'll send you Bibles, send you t-shirts, send you magazines. I mean, my childhood was fun. I don't know about any other person, but my childhood was. exhilarating fun. It was one incident to the other, and playing football games, winning, coaching boys. It was fun for me. It was great. Okay. Timothy there might say, Chai, I remember telling Kingsley there the day you brought me on in 2016 that he does a good one, produces most of the show, still does a 4 a.m. show. Chai, that's huge. 2015 exactly. I want to say it's not 2016, it's 2015. To be very honest, Kingsley there is the most hardworking human being I have met. And he does it so seamlessly, no frown on his face. He's got a fiery temper. There was a show we did where I said something and he didn't understand what I was saying. Okay, we're talking about, let me say this before I go. We're talking about if opportunity comes to Jackpot, would you join? It was me, Tony Becker, the remote Kingsley there. Kingsley was running up the money show and he asked the question. And I said, I'm not going to go. And he said, even his mom will beat me. I said, I don't have your kind of mom. I'm not a Benin, but I don't have your kind of mom. I guess he didn't understand where I was coming from because I would not jackpot. It's never been my thing because I've been traveling since I was a baby, since I was a kid. So I've never seen myself like living abroad, like living abroad. Most of my family members are angry with me because I refuse to relocate. I mean, it's been a very, very, very big conversation. Sometimes like, leave this one is lost. I don't care. But Kingsley didn't see it like that, and he felt like I was insulting his mom. It was the craziest moment on live radio. We were on live radio, and this was happening, and he was pissed off. He was fretting. And you know me, so the worry about me is I'm not gonna back down from an argument. First off, this is my truth. You can't bend my truth. And he said, the opportunity never come. And I said, Kingsley, no. As at this time, I've been to 50 countries and I've come back. Are you saying that if I wanted to run into, and let's face it, I have too many family members abroad that if I pick up my phone and say, this is what I want to do, they'll say, okay, you and your children is a bad time. But I'm not going to do it. It's a choice. But Kingsley didn't see like that was, when he ran, he comes back to the microphone and I say, Kingsley, I don't get your kind of mama because I wasn't going to back down on this argument. And naturally, I'm a worry boy. We worry people. We're not really crazy about going abroad. We're not crazy about getting education. A Benin boy would choose traveling to Italy with no hope than going to get a degree. A worry boy would choose degree. You know why? Because we grew up, oil companies, we must get offshore job. We must get work. There is money. We didn't grow up thinking you must go Italy, Libya. We're not those people who are looking for map. To flow Agadez, Libya, go suffer, go abroad. If you want to go abroad, when they go abroad, go visit, come back. A worry boy if he go abroad on Thursday, come back on Sunday. That's how I grew up knowing. So that mentality of if you don't go abroad and die, it wasn't there. But Kingsley there didn't say like that. It was crazy, it was on air, but I wasn't backing that. But then again, I realized that Kingsley was my guy. And I think it hurt him because I was crying. And you know me, as I put pepper for person face. But then eventually, after my show, I went up to him like, Kingsley, don't take this thing personal. This is my truth. You may not like it. Bringing your mom into the conversation, you started it. Okay? You brought your mom into the conversation, and I just told you I don't have your kind of mom. But it didn't seem like that. But eventually, we squash it. And that's another thing I love about the guy. We squash it, and the next day was producing my show. But let me tell you one thing about Kingsley there that I'll never forget. In 2012, when I was asked to transition from English to Pidgin, from an analyst to a presenter, everybody back off on me because a lot of people wanted me to feel like, okay, how would this guy that everybody's saying is the best, how would he fare? Everybody back off on me. Kingsley there showed up and taught me, you know, it was my producer, but he said, bros, I'm not going to always be here for you. I'll be doing news, I'll be doing other things. This, and this is how you do it. Then Larry Zamo just showed up on the third day. I remember AC studio, like 4 horsepower in the studio. I was sweating because I couldn't control the console. So I remember that very well. And on the third day, Larry Zamo drove from Lekki to Bogije very early and stood on my back and put his hand on my shoulder and said, come, not be you. Do this thing now. Why they expect people to do something? But you will be safe if they talk, the whole world, they listen. And you know, if you just handle this yourself. And I think that was like one of the best moments, you know, because if I'm going to talk about the wrong things that Larry Zamo did, I'm also going to be able to tell you the good things I did. And on that day, I felt like, okay, you know what? This is like a coach telling you, guy, forget it. I believe in you. Forget what anybody's saying. I believe in you. I will always play you. Damn, that was the turning point. From that moment, it was different. And then I've had people who really believe in me, like support me, you know, because talk about those who are against you. But But you also remember, be grateful for those who believe in you because they have no reason to even believe in you in the first place. But hey, these people believe in you, give you money, give you support. Hey, I watch your show. I think it's nice. You can do this, you can do that, you can add this to it. And it's been very, very fine. It's been very, very fine. Osaze said, bros, you won't cause war with Benin. No, it's not war, it's the fact. Why not agree take the fact? See, I grew up with Benin people. Don't forget I was born in the Oba Palace. My original name is Esioe, was given to me by the previous Oba of Benin. This current Oba of Benin, Okusolo, was staying in our house in the UK, in London, not London. Now let me give you this. It's not a cause, it's a fact. A Benin boy will proudly gather money, send a girlfriend, go to do a shower for Italy, make it the same money, and he will go to tell him, my girlfriend send money come. What should they do for that? Say she hustle. A worry boy will never, I don't know any Urobo boy that will do that. I don't know any. It's not a cause, it's a choice. It's just that sometimes we don't like saying it out. People, Benin parents will gladly carry their pikin, go swear juju, say, may go do a shower for Italy. That's why you not go see Urobo man pikin, they do ourselves. We get pride there, we high past Martin Everest. The Urobo people will get that pride. Urobo Shekiri. You can't see our children, they do ourselves. Hungry will kill us, will die. You understand? So those are some of the things you need to figure about people and who they are. It's like a Yoruba person will not like party. It's not possible now. I know that you should check your DNA. You're not a Yoruba person if you don't like party. I should be Mogbomoya. But I can go 200 years, no do party, no attend party. It's not in me. It's not a big deal. I like to just live my life, be comfortable, to watch my children, be fine. So that be worse as in just the reality. Sometimes we've got to say this thing. It doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make these people bad. It's just their ways, what they like. It's their preference. I mean, Benin will get your company now. When I get, we will get your company, so we have leverage. You guys don't have. Like when people they say, equally people need to travel. Where they want travel go? Are they not comfortable with their place? Now people were not they comfortable. Now they run anyhow. You don't understand. If your place is comfortable for you, they safe for you. Where you run, they go. That's the way I see it anyway. Peter, I wanted to say, make we not go lose this game. Oh. All right, let's back up and go. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the extra 20 minutes I will have on the show today. My name is Edafe Matias. You love to come in the Legoto on the spot. It's been a nice time being on the show with you. Let's do it again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. But until then, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, drop a comment on our content, and we promise you we'll always give you content. We're negotiating with another producer to add value to the contents that we're putting out and change a few dynamics of our content. So we'll see how it goes. But if you want to make this channel grow, be like the Fabrizio Romano's channel, the AFTV channel, your support is needed, not money. I'm not asking for your money. Just always watch our content and be on the comment section. All this football banter that you guys are doing, do it on the comment section. It will help. Thank you very much. Be the very best of who God created you to be. Like Emmanuel Sebastian will say, attitude is a very small thing, but it makes a big difference in the final equation. Always have the right attitude and approach to the things you do. Bye-bye, and have a wonderful Thursday. If you're on the radio app or the website, there's going to be plenty of music today. Just enjoy it while you go about your day.
My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports.